move real quickly. So, Carlos, you're a veteran of our military. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You served and you worked in the postal service for 30 years, and you're also a boxing coach. 24 years. I might need to learn something from you.
Come on down.
All right.
Yes,
so, tell us how you're viewing our country right now, and do you have a question for the president?
Yes, I look at how Joe Biden became the president and allowed Afghanistan to collapse and allowed our soldiers to die it angers me. And we had a president who loved our soldiers, and we need to put our president back in office. And I just want to know, President Trump, please don't allow our soldiers to walk around wearing red high-heel shoes.
Shots fired. Shots fired. He said, please don't let our soldiers walk around wearing red high heel shoes. Shots fired. And he wasn't trying to be funny. He is concerned about his country. When we go up against these other countries that have been training their guys since the age of 5 years old to kill, they've been training their children since the age of 5 years old to wield a gun, to wield a weapon, to clean guns, and to have all this activity of fighting. And we're becoming mushy, man. We're becoming so soft. We're allowing anything to happen because of social credit score, because of what may or may not hurt somebody's feelings, man. Shout out to this brother right here. Much love to him, man. He is preaching. He even got the people up on their feet. Look at the people on the right here, right above right up here. They are on their feet clapping for that brother, man. Up on the stage. That's crazy.
Thank you, Carlos. He does have a point. You know, one thing I'll say, as Carlos knows better than anybody, we defeated ISIS 100%. They told me it would take 5 years. They told me it would take 5 years, and we did it literally in 5 weeks. We did it quickly. And I will tell you, our soldiers, other than the people on the top that you see on television, and some of them are really just weak and pathetic and bad, the way they got out of Afghanistan, getting out was fine. We were going to get out with dignity and strength. We weren't going to leave people behind, and we weren't going to leave equipment behind. Think of it, $85 billion worth of brand new equipment we left, and they're one of the largest sellers right now of military equipment in the world. They left 70,000 trucks, many of them armor-plated, 700,000 rifles. I don't know why we had so much equipment over there, but they had it, they bought it, and we left it. Brand new stuff, goggles, night goggles where they can see perfectly, so now the Taliban can fight at night. But you know that, we left it over there. I will say, though, we defeated the ISIS caliphate, and our soldiers are real soldiers. They're not going woke. Nobody's going to talk them into going woke. Those guys did their job.
Now, here's the thing, though. So you have Midas Touch. Shout out to that brother over there for the content you're doing, but it's clearly lies, some of the stuff that he's putting out there in the airwaves. If y'all know him, you can tell him I said it is what it is. But he's putting it out there that Trump can't form a clear thought. He can't form a sentence. And once he forms it, he can't communicate it properly without being all over the place. What I just now heard was extremely clear. And he kept it in the same frame of the conversation that was going on. He did not deter. He did not jump into his own lane of thought. He kept it in the same lane of the conversation. So why are people doing this, man? Stop comparing Trump's intellectual ability with Joe Biden's. It's not even close. We have been teaching people how to grow online. It's been absolutely amazing. We have 3 people who have been able to reach monetization in less than 30 days. Growing YouTube channels, some from 0 people. We have one guy who had 2 subscribers before he started working with me. He started helping him. His views went up 4.8 million%. We're super excited. If anybody ever want to grow on YouTube, you reach out to me with the word coach. It's not even close because they are trying to do it. Roland Martin do it every single day. Dave Packman do it every single day. And now Midas Touch is doing it every day as well. Because these people know how to push the needle in their favor. They know who they have on who their community are. Their community want to see blood, so they give it to them. And they're doing nothing but lying. They're picking apart certain parts of the conversation where he might have said something that went off the rails, but he came back because he liked to tell a story in between making his points. In this one right here, he told a story and came right back, and he stayed on it the entire time. But they keep on trying to paint a picture for the people who are not intelligent enough to check them out themselves. They only want somebody to report to them what's going on. Watch out for those channels who only want others to report to them what's going on, because they know that their fan base, they know that their subscribership are not going to go and do their own due diligence. They know it. So they feed them whatever they want to feed them, knowing that their channels will continue to blow up, and that's trash, bro. It's irresponsible as a content creator. That's all I'm saying. Because what I just now heard was extremely clear. And if what you heard wasn't clear, please let me know. Please let me know.
And you're so right. Thank you, Carlos.
No, thank you so much, Carlos. Mr. President, we have a couple people who have been doing their work in business, restaurants. We have an executive chef with us. Now, he says his steak is excellent. And apparently a bunch of the staff, when they've been here in Detroit, has eaten at his restaurant, and they all come back with rave reviews. But Omar, tell us about all the work you've done here in Detroit, how you came up in Detroit, and then whatever question you have for the president, please.
Thank you for having me. And thank you, Detroit, for supporting us. President Trump, welcome to Detroit.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Omar. Great.
I'm excited to be here with you today, President Trump. I'm a restaurateur and executive chef at Table Number 2 Restaurant, downtown Detroit. We are on our way of being a Michelin star restaurant with the help of God and yourself. I'm successful now, but I started out born and raised on the east side of Detroit in the urban community. I give credit to the urban community because without them, it would never have been me. I grew up teaching young kids to push, dream big, work hard. I want our kids today to be dreamers, bigger, so they can achieve more like I did and even more. What will your administration do to ensure young children are given the opportunities and challenges to keep growing? That's my question, but I also want to point out publicly on record that when you were in office, Mr. President Trump, the African American community, the Latino community, the Arabic community, we all soared. The money was pumping when you were in office. As a restaurant operator, I'm telling you that the money was pumping. And the money's not pumping now, and we need to get back to that because it's ruining our economy.
Right. Well, as you know better than anybody, Omar, the money was not a problem 4 years ago. The banks were lending, and they were lending at very low rates, and now you can't get money at 10 and 11 and 12%. You can't get any money, especially for a small business. It's almost impossible. We're going to save our country. The most important thing we have to save. When you see Russian ships floating essentially off the coast of Miami, I mean, if you think off the coast of Florida, how did that happen? And the fake news, look at all of them back there. The fake news doesn't even want to talk about it because it makes Biden. Putin would not be doing that if I were president. And I had a very good relationship, but I had a tough relationship. You know, I ended the pipeline going all over Europe, the Russian pipeline called Nord Stream 2. He wouldn't be doing it. And I will tell you, the most important thing we have to do, we have to save our country because our country is in trouble. We have a chance, a real chance at World War III. And you know, we have less than 5 months now. Actual voting starts in North Carolina. If you take a look, that's going to be on the 6th of September. 22nd of September is Pennsylvania. So it's not even November 5th, which will go down as the most important day, most important election, but the most important day in the history of our country. It's going to. Two things. I'm going to stop at your restaurant the next time, and you're going to give me the greatest lunch you've ever served, because I heard you do great steak.
Thank you.
So we'll do that.
Thank you.
Okay? And the other thing, tell your waiters and waitresses and anybody else getting tips, because there are a lot of people get tips, car attendants and caddies, and a lot of different people get tips. We are not going to tax tips. The tax immediately is coming off, because as you know, the government under Biden just passed new regulations to really go after these people, and they're at a level like nobody's ever seen. It's like jail time stuff.
Absolutely.
To go after your waiters and your waitresses and other people getting tips. So anybody getting tips, because there are certain tip industries. The car business has a lot of tipping going on. We are not going to be taxing tips. It's going to end immediately. So thank you,
Awesome.
Omar. Great
It's a
job.
pleasure. Thank
We'll
you.
see you at your restaurant.
I'm sorry?
We'll see you at the restaurant.
Absolutely. I'll be there waiting.
Thank you, Omar.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to have to join you, Omar. I'm going to have to come for that dinner. I just,
We got
good,
reps
listen, when you
everyone.
get a good meal, you got to take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm looking for.
You're coming with me.
I'm waiting for the money to be pumping too, god dang it. And here's the thing. Nobody wants to make fun of Biden. People want to believe in our president, man. We want to think that we still, we the most powerful and we're still the best. We want to know this. We want to believe it. And we also want to believe that if it goes down, if there is an actual war that comes from anything that we're doing between us and another country, we want to make sure that we're going to be good, that we're going to come out on the winning end, period. Because we want to be safe, and we want our children's children, and neighbors and friends and coworkers and everyone just to be safe, man. That's it. That's it. Once you cross that border, it's all about the U.S. And you should have a president that always put the country first, that always put Americans first. That's it. The money should go to Americans first. The aid should go to Americans first. Shelter should go to Americans first. Food should go to Americans first. We can go on and on and on. Jobs should go to Americans first. Come on now. We know this already, but right now, that's not the case, man. It just isn't.